Today we're going to be practicing a pranayama practice along with a restorative posture. This is a great practice to do at the end of the day, kind of when you want to wind down. This is also a great practice to do at any point when you're kind of feeling stressed out or overwhelmed, maybe midday if you've had a hard morning. Or I actually think in the morning, either after your regular practice or how to start your day, just kind of carry that quietude and groundedness throughout the rest of your activities. Let's get started. Namaste. Hi, and welcome to your practice. So for today's practice, we're going to use 2 blankets. If you don't have 2 yoga blankets, don't panic. You can use 2 beach towels. You can use 2 throws from a couch, or if you have kids, you can use 2 kid-sized blankets, and they work pretty much the same. And so on the top where your head's going to go, you're going to have 1 blanket, and this is folded so that we make a nice size rectangle, and then we fold it again on the short side, so it makes kind of, we call this the short fold. And then I always have the nice edge towards my body so that it's more comfortable. And then I just kind of check it out for any sort of wrinkles so that when I lay down on it, it's nice and comfortable. And then here, on my second blanket, again, the nice edge is down on this side, because it's going down towards my back. And I'm folding this over 1 time. This will end up behind my heart. And then this space is for my shoulders. I know that my neck is not this long. So when I get in and I set up my heart space and my shoulders, I'll probably pull this in to meet. But I have it spaced away so that I can set the heart and the shoulders up first. So you'll come on down onto your mat. And what you want to do is have that first edge of the blanket lined up right at the base of the shoulder blades, and then the arms come out on that lower edge of that first blanket, yeah? And then, like I said, I knew that this was going to be too far away, so then I lift my head up and I pull it down, and so that that edge touches the tops of my shoulders, and then my arms come out. This is a very, very, very subtle back bend. It's almost as if you're not in a back bend at all, but what it's doing for the body is just giving just a hint, like a sweet little kiss of movement through the energetic body, bringing the chi up through the heart and towards the throat. And as we practice our pranayama, that will feel really nice, and it'll kind of aid in the pranayama practice. So you can totally have your feet extended like this, and this is a fine way to practice it. If it feels comfortable or interesting to you, you might practice it with the bottoms of the feet together, but only do that if that feels like something that is relatively effortless to sustain, and that you're not going to feel any cramping or gripping or tension in the pelvis and in the chest and your back. So that's your choice for those things. You'll take a few breaths inhaling here and exhaling here, just kind of settling in, letting yourself meet the props. You might wiggle around, lift your head up, just make sure that everything feels like it's meeting in the right places. Adjust the heart. I like to wiggle side to side a bunch of times, right? You might get into your bottoms of the feet together and say yeah, that's good. And if at any point you change your mind, you just straighten your legs, which I might do, I don't know. Right, so make sure that you feel comfortable to adjust it at any point. You want the sensation level to be really easeful and restful and nourishing. So we're not looking for a stretch sensation. There should be actually 0 stretch sensation, or maybe 5% if you get anything. Very, 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 very minimal to none. And so again, we're just settling in, taking a second to feel the earth underneath us, the props underneath us, letting go of the day, letting go of the to-do. And then once you feel like you've kind of settled in, and if you need more time, it's totally okay to just pause this and really allow yourself to rest, and then unpause and come back in for the pranayama practice when you're ready. Otherwise, as we move forward, you can start to use that blanket roll that meets the base of the shoulder blades as a guiding point. So many times we enter into the heart space from the front. It's how we greet the world, the front of our body. But here we're going to enter into the heart space from the back. This is our quieter side, our softer side. I call this our pink underbelly, like a sweet puppy, the way their belly pooches out. This is the pink puppy underbelly of your heart. And so we want to go in slowly. So just notice if there's any resistance to the earth, any holding of tension, kind of just even subtly gripping and holding ourselves above the blankets. And I can tell that I'm doing this, and so my guess is that because I can get some stretch sensation in my legs, that's contributing to that. So I'm going to allow myself to straighten my legs out. And yep, that resolved the issue. So I come back to my back side of the heart where I can feel it resting on the blanket. And I'm really just going to allow that to surrender into the earth. And as I do, I might take my felt sense and start to move inward. You can pause at any point and just practice there with your attention and your breath. Otherwise, we're continuing forward, taking your attention past the layer of the skin, moving beyond the shoulder blades, and trying to arrive towards the back side of the center of the heart. So as we travel towards this backside center of the heart, and we want to go further with our practice, we might start to notice that on the inhale, that this space becomes more dense, that like memory foam pressed into. If it was made out of a sphere, that we press into it with our inhale without trying to contract or effort, that it just naturally densifies. It becomes more potent. It becomes smaller, but not less. It becomes more compact with prana, with potential. And then as you exhale, that space widens and broadens in all directions, everywhere, like the birth of the universe inside you. It moves through every cell of the body, saturating, and it even expands beyond the skin, meeting the molecules around you in the air, meeting others, meeting your life. The inhale becomes more potent. Your fullest potential here. The exhale expands in all directions, connecting to all things. Inside your own body, inhaling, drawing together. Making more potent. The exhale softening out, moving in all directions everywhere. Feeling it trace across the heart, through the arms, out the fingertips. Feel it move into the organs of the belly, down the legs, and out the feet. Feel it expand out the crown of the head. Feel it radiate from the center of your heart, both forward and back. Inhale, densifying, becoming potent. Exhale, expanding in all directions. Just continuing like that at your own pace, following this rhythm. Notice how it's the opposite of the physical body. As we inhale, the chest becomes big, but our energetic body becomes potent and small. As we exhale, the chest falls in, the belly falls in. Our energetic body becomes big and large. They work in relationship with each other, the physical and energetic body, moving and supporting each other with your breath. A few more like that. Inhale, becoming more dense, potent. Exhale, expanding. And keep breathing here like this. And again, you can keep working on this practice for as long as you'd like, just hitting pause here and continuing to work at your own time, your own pace. Otherwise, if you're ready, start to exit the practice, letting go of any efforting over the breath. So no attention there, just letting yourself, after your next exhale, come back to your natural rhythm of breath. You might maybe take a deeper inhale, just kind of wash it out. You might exhale out through the mouth. Just allowing yourself to resettle into your own natural rhythm, letting go of any effort. Just coming back to your own pace and your own baseline. And once you feel like you've had a few breaths there to kind of wash that clean and release that practice, then you'll add a little bit of movement. You'll start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Any movement here that's intuitive works, right? So you don't have to move the fingers and toes. You can do something else. But any way that sort of helps you to wake up the body, bring yourself back into the space around you, back into the present moment. This can be real slow. Eventually you might plant the feet on the floor, draw the hands in towards the chest, right? It's nice to let the elbows bend and bring the hands maybe to the belly or along the sides. You kind of bring the heart back towards a more neutral space. Again, that even though that back bend was really gentle, there is a lot of opening that happens to the chest here. That when you kind of come back to neutral, you start to notice. Take a second there, let yourself come back. You might notice the energy through your hands, right? And then whenever you're ready, you'll let yourself roll onto your side body and you'll pause there, bringing the hand underneath the head, kind of supporting yourself. And again, it might seem silly to make this move and you just like, oh, let's just press up, I'm done, peace. But it really is this sweet kind of ritual of transition. Just this like brief moment of like a conscious choice of like, I'm moving from myself, like this deep connection with myself, this quietude, my practice. And I'm preparing to bring that into the world, to the rest of my day. So it's like I process and draw it all in and bring all of that good with me so that when I lift myself up, I'm ready to meet the rest of my day. So it's not just a transition of body posture, it's more than that and really has value. So giving yourself time here to do that, really taking a moment and just settling into yourself. And then as you're ready, again, you can pause here and take longer. And you'll slowly start to press your hands into the floor and take your time to come on up and find a comfortable seat. Bring the hands to the heart here and let your head bow on in. And we take our head to our heart. a space of vast wisdom. And that potent potential, the expansiveness of the ocean. And we whisper Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And go ahead and say that. Whisper that to your own sweetheart, this prayer, this blessing. Feel it enter in the body. Take it through that channel of the breath. Draw it into the center. May you have freedom from suffering. Let that peace permeate and saturate every cell of your being, and then let it expand to every molecule and everyone in all places around you. May you be receptive to grace. Namaste.